Now we are going to discuss about the some terms related to the spherical mirror. So what are those terms related to the spherical mirror? Okay. So while formation of the image by the spherical mirror, we are going to consider some terms. What are those terms? So first term is that it is a pole. It is a pole. Pole is represented by the letter P. Then what is pole here? It is the geometric center of the spherical mirror, or it is the midpoint of the spherical mirror. What is pole here? Pole is the geometric center or midpoint of the spherical mirror. It is the geometric center of, spherical mirror. It is the geometric center of spherical mirror. And so let us consider now. It is a part of holosphere. So if outside surface is polished, means if outside surface is opaque, and now this is called which type of mirror? This is called concave mirror. And here, in case of concave mirror, center of curvature is in front of the reflecting surface. This is a reflecting surface. So center of curvature is in front of the reflecting surface. It is reflecting surface. What is pole here? Pole is that it is the geometric center or midpoint of the spherical mirror. That is denoted by P. And here pole is treated as an origin. So in case of xy plane, we are going to take the origin. So like that, pole is a origin here. Then it is center of curvature, and it is a pole. Then in case of convex mirror, so here inside surface is polished and outside surface is reflecting. At which surface reflection takes place, that surface is called reflecting surface. Now here the center of curvature. Then what is convex mirror here? Convex mirror is that it is a mirror whose center of curvature is behind the reflecting surface. Whose center of curvature is behind the reflecting surface. Now again, the midpoint or geometric center of this convex mirror is called pole. It is pole. So it is which type of mirror? It is a concave mirror. And it is which type of mirror? It is a convex mirror. So already we discussed about what is concave mirror and what is convex mirror. So now it is called pole. So next point is that is center of curvature. Center of curvature of the spherical mirror. Center of curvature is denoted by the letter capital C. Okay. So what is center of curvature here? So it is the center of a sphere of which the spherical mirror forms a part. Means here spherical mirror is the part of the sphere. That sphere having the center. That center is called center of curvature for the spherical mirror. So what is center of curvature here? It is the center of the sphere. Which type of sphere? Holosphere. It is the center of the sphere of which the spherical mirror forms a part. Means spherical mirror is the part of this sphere. The center of this sphere is taken as center of curvature for the spherical mirror. So it is the center of sphere of which the spherical mirror forms a part. Forms a part. Forms a part. So as shown in here, as shown in the diagram here, it is the center of the curvature. Suppose I will extend this one, we will get a sphere. So center of the sphere which forms the spherical mirror as a part. Means spherical mirror is the part of the sphere. That sphere having the center, that is called center of curvature for the given spherical mirror. So here also it is a center of curvature. Okay, then I will extend this one, it will become sphere. So center of this sphere will be center of curvature for the given spherical mirror. Next we are going to discuss about radius of curvature. What is radius of curvature here? Third one, radius of curvature. Radius of curvature. Radius of curvature is denoted by the letter capital R. Then what is radius of curvature? So radius of curvature is nothing but it is the radius of the sphere of which the spherical mirror forms a part. It is the radius of the sphere. It is a sphere, no? The radius of the sphere, okay, of which the spherical mirror forms a part. It is called radius of curvature for the given spherical mirror. Here also, what is the radius of curvature here? So I will extend this one, it will become a sphere. Then it is the radius of the sphere of which the spherical mirror forms a part. Then how to define the radius of curvature here? It is the radius of the sphere. It is the radius of the sphere of which the spherical mirror forms a part. The spherical mirror forms a part. Means this spherical mirror is the part of the sphere, that sphere having the radius. So this is called radius of curvature for the given spherical mirror. See, it is a radius of curvature that is denoted by R. And it is also radius of curvature because it is the radius of the sphere of which spherical mirror forms a part. It is radius of curvature, but it is for concave mirror and it is for convex mirror. Now next point we are going to discuss means the next term related to the spherical mirror. What is that next term? That is fourth one, principal axis. Principal axis. What is principal axis here? It is the line passing through four-line center of curvature of the spherical mirror. What is principal axis here? It is the line passing through. It is the line passing through. It is the line passing through. P and C. P means a pole, C means a center of curvature of the spherical mirror. And this line is extended on both sides. This principal axis is extended on both sides. See. So it is a line which is passing through four-line center of curvature, which is extended on both sides. Okay. So this line is called principal axis. Principal axis. And here also the line passing through the four-line center of curvature, which is extended on both sides, which is extended at the side C and which is extended at the side P. Now this line is again called principal axis. Principal axis. The next term that is related to the spherical mirror. What is that? That is nothing but aperture. What is aperture here? Aperture is that it is the diameter of the boundary of the spherical mirror. See here. It is the diameter of the boundary of the spherical mirror, A and B. So which is represented by the line joining between A and B. So it is called aperture. And in another way we are going to define the aperture. What is aperture here? It is the area of the spherical mirror available for the reflection of light. So this much of area is available for reflection of light. This area is called aperture. Okay. Then next, what is the next point here? Next one, fifth one. What is that? Aperture. Then what is aperture? Aperture is that it is the area of the spherical mirror available for the reflection of light. In another way, we are going to define this one. It is the diameter of the boundaries of spherical mirror. What are the boundaries of spherical mirror? A and B. The line joining between them gives the diameter. It is called aperture. Then how to define aperture here? It is the area of the spherical mirror. It is the area of the spherical mirror. It is the area of the spherical mirror available for reflection of light. Available for reflection of light. So these are the some terms related to the spherical mirror. So while drawing the image formed by the spherical mirror, we are going to consider these terms. Okay. So next, there are two important terms. What are those? Principal focus and focal length. Before that, we have to discuss about Cartesian sign convention. So next, we are going to discuss about the Cartesian sign convention used in case of spherical mirror. What is the use of Cartesian sign convention here? To find the distance of the object from the pole, to find the distance of the image from the pole, and also to find the height of the object, whether it is upward or downward. If the object is upward, then we have to take positive. Then if the image is downward or object is downward, we are going to take negative. Let us discuss about that one. So what are those sign conventions? First sign convention is that it is very important. All the distances measured from the pole, all the distances measured from the pole. This is first sign convention. It is very important. If we are going to measure the distance of object, distance of image of the object, we are going to measure its distance from where? From the pole. Then second sign convention. What is that second sign convention? The distances measured in the direction of incident light. In the direction of incident light. In the direction of incident light is taken as positive. So what is second sign convention here? The distances measured in the direction of incident light means the direction of incident light and the direction of measurement of distance both are in the same direction. We have to take it is positive. It is very important. Okay, these sign conventions are very important while solving the problems related to spherical mirror. Then what is third sign convention here? The distances measured in the opposite direction of incident light are taken as negative. So let us discuss these all sign conventions by using diagram. Okay. So third one, distances measured in the opposite direction of incident light. In the opposite direction of incident light. What do you mean by incident light? The light falls on the mirror is called incident light. Are taken as negative. Okay, this is very important. If we are going to measure the distances in the opposite direction of incident light, that we have to take negative. Then fourth one, upward distances means height. Upward distances and normal to the principal axis are taken as positive. distances measured upward and normal to the principal axis, or heights measured upward and normal to the principal axis. So instead of distance you can take height. Heights measured upward and normal to the principal axis. Normal to the principal axis are taken as positive. Okay. So heights measured upward. Upward means here along positive y-axis. Positive y-axis means here you have to take it is positive, and normal, the heights are normal to the principal axis. So those heights measured upward and normal to the principal axis are taken as positive. Upward means here it is a positive y-axis. Next, last one, fifth one, heights measured downward and normal. Normal means perpendicular. Normal to the principal axis. Are taken as negative. Downward means here it is a negative y-axis. Are taken as negative. So now let us discuss about these all sign conventions by using diagram. So for simplicity I will take concave mirror. Now it is a concave mirror. Then we are going to use the terms related to the spherical mirror. What are those terms? First one, pole. It is represented by P. Then second one, center of curvature. And the next one, radius of curvature. Okay. And the next one, principal axis. What is principal axis? It is the line passing through the pole and center of curvature and extended on both sides. So if it is the direction of incident light, okay, it is the direction of incident light. Then the distances. First, what is first sign convention here? All the distances measured from the pole. From where the distances measured here? Always we have to measure the distances from pole. If we are going to measure the incident light, means if we are going to measure the distance in the direction of incident light, so it is the distance measured in the direction of incident light. Distance is in the direction of incident light. Incident light is taken as positive. Okay, what is first sign convention? First sign convention is that all the distances are measured from the pole. So the incident light is in which direction? It is along the positive x-axis. If we are going to measure the distance in the direction of incident light, that is positive. Okay. Then next, if the distances are measured in the opposite direction of incident light, they are taken as negative. So incident light is along positive x-axis, but the distance measured in the opposite direction of incident light means here it is a negative x-axis. So distances measured in the opposite direction of incident light opposite direction of incident line. Are taken as negative. Are taken as negative. So what about the third sign? Sorry, what about fourth sign convention? Third sign convention is that distances measured in the opposite direction of incident light are taken as negative, because incident light is in which direction? Positive direction. If we are going to measure the distances in the opposite direction of incident light, so that is in which direction? That is along the negative x-axis. That is why it is negative. So next, fourth one, heights measured upward and normal. Normal means here it is perpendicular to the principal axis. Now see here, the height measured normal and the heights measured upward and normal to the principal axis are taken as positive. Why? Because here upward means here it is along the positive y-axis. Then we are going to take the height as positive. Then next,
inform them they have to take something from inside.
Then last one, heights measured downward. Downward means here along negative y-axis. Downward and normal. Normal means this height is perpendicular to the principal axis. It is called a normal. Then we are going to take height as negative. Here height is negative. So while solving the problems related to the spherical mirror, we must use sign convention.